Hello all. Fogged up glasses this morning. It's a little cold out. But temperature's not what we're talking about today. Beautiful day today again in California. It's going to be in the 70s the rest of the week. But let's talk about a local pollinator here in California called the monarch butterfly and what's happened to it. Of course, the noise comes as soon as I click on the camera. In the 80s and 90s, the pollinator had a migration in the millions from here down to Mexico and then back. In 2020, it was in the thousands, less than 2,000. So the Exorcist Society, who counts the monarch butterflies every year, and I'm not sure I have the correct pronunciation of that. January, the count was 1,914. That is a 99.9% drop since 1988. That's a wow. That's an indicator that this species is about to go extinct. Well, duh. So that means that the milkweed and other important native plants will not have pollinators, at least not the monarch type. So they will have to try and figure out how to survive without them. This butterfly isn't even on the endangered species list. So here comes a little bit of good news. Lawmakers here in the U.S. have decided to introduce 2 bills boosting conservation for the areas they live and to actually try and open up a little bit more area. The problem is that humans have taken all their land. All the native species that were there when they were there got stolen by the human and is now lawns, houses, and businesses. But unfortunately, with the good news comes some bad news. Colombia in South America has stopped using glyphosates on their drug war, an outdated concept, on coca plants. Well, they've decided to restart the coca plant spraying again on an outdated drug war against the cocoa bean, which is kind of ridiculous because most of it's used by the locals to chew on, and it harms nobody but themselves for chewing on it. But this is toxic spraying, by the way. Glyphosate is toxic. A lot of the literature says that it's low on the toxic scale, but toxic is toxic whether it's low or high. It just means it takes a little bit longer to do the damage that it would do if it was higher toxicity. Now here's the bad news. The Biden administration here in the U.S. is applauding Colombia for thinking of doing such a thing. In fact, they want to help in doing it. Oh, Biden, you just aren't getting the concept too well. Well, again, that's up to his followers to maybe try and set him straight, huh? Now, on the third subject, I got a comment saying, you do drive a car, don't you? I think it was meant to show how hypocritical I am to preach environmental gospel while I drive a car. Well, actually, I don't drive a car. Mine was totaled over 6 months ago, and I still haven't gotten one to replace it. It was parked, and a guy on a phone was not paying attention and ran right into it, parked on the side of the street. But unfortunately, if you're a human or a domestic animal on this planet, then you are using fossil fuel one way or another. And by talking against it, what we're trying to do is to replace fossil fuel with an alternative that's friendly to the planet Earth, like electricity. Could you imagine if somehow we found that using electricity is really bad for the planet as well and can cause our annihilation? Boy, then we would be screwed. But honestly, people, we do need to get an alternative to fossil fuel, and we need to do it now. And it's whatever we can do, our own personal habits, that we can reduce our footprint on this planet. Not very much. All good. You notice they always turn left. So anyway, that's what's going on with that. And a back update. It's doing better today. I'm able to get out and walk. Yesterday, bad day. Not good for back. So, I'm just glad to be outside in the sun and be doing a video and carry on. I definitely appreciate the ups and downs, new subscribers, and until next time.